Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear and listening into another Kinectivity video. This time around, I decided to talk about what I've decided to call Mech Combat, but it's literally a continuation of the Mech Assault series, which I don't think has had a game since the original Xbox, and I think it would be good to bring it back. And it would probably be interesting. And this is something I think Microsoft themselves could really do with the Kinect. Also, this could work for VR. Both ways you go, it would be fun. Um, what I see in my head is something moving autonomously. You're like you're inside the cockpit of the mech. Your upper body controls how the mech turns, how it aims, how it shoots, all that stuff. Like your arms control different weapons on it with different hand gestures, and whatever direction you look with your head or how you tilt your upper body changes the perspective inside the mech and what it's looking at. And I could see certain hand motions used to, like, help speed the mech up, help slow it down depending on what your situation is. Even though it would be moving on its own with its legs, the leg part itself would be controlled by the CPU. Like, the game itself would move the mech, and you are basically just trying to, it kind of, at this point, it would be an on-rail shooter, but you are controlling what you're shooting with, what you're using, and you can affect how many enemies get taken down and how many last. Like, it's just depending on what you use and at what time. And I could see something like this being great for Mech Warrior. Like, and I could actually see myself playing something like that with the Kinect unit and just hooking it up, standing in front of my TV, watching as I'm shooting down. And, like, to me, that would be fun. That would be really interesting. And I would personally like something like that. So, thinking it over, I'm like, why can't this be done? Why can't this happen? Why isn't, like, again, it's mostly because the Kinect itself was a failed device. It was an interesting device, but it was a failed device, mostly due to people's paranoia, not realizing that their smartphones transmit basically the same information that the Kinect was to whoever. But I kind of would like to see something like that. I would like to see how a new story would play out in a Mech Assault series, and I could also see something like this having an online component where you do player versus player battles, and the mechs themselves are moving around on their own, but you as the players are basically trying to shoot and take down the other player. Like, it would equate to a robotic dogfight, but I could see it being fun and interesting, at least for a little while. And maybe even make it a thing whereas like mechs are moving in squadrons and you're trying to take out another squad of mechs. Because you are literally controlling where you're aiming and where you're shooting, the outcomes can vary a lot depending on what your strategy is and what you're doing with the team. So I could see something like that happening and being interesting. Another thing I could see happening if they don't go with a motion controlled game, having one that utilizes Kinect and it utilizes voice commands and stuff like that. So you're playing with the controller, that way you have full control over the mech. But in essence, the game would allow you to run a squad with your mech. You call out certain orders, and they would be listed on your screen, like, so that you have them readily available. Some changing out with different objectives on missions, but you could call out to different squad mates and have them perform certain actions for you while you're trying to do another thing. Like that, I could see that working out, and have your map and everything, and you see it on display all of your different teammates and team members. I could see that working out, and again, Kinect has the built-in mic for it. Even though this also could be done with the headset if they programmed it to, but it's one of those things I'm looking at. I don't think that they would do that, unfortunately, but it could be done, and I think it would be pretty cool for them to do that. Again, but that's me because I'm the oddball. I like to see games. I like to see different shit happen and come out. So I would be definitely cool with a Mech Assault game or a game in the Mech Assault series come out and have some interesting. I was trying to fight that yawn the whole time. Sorry about that. um, but I could be. I would like to see something like that happen. Again, I don't think Mech Assault has had a new entry since the original Xbox. I could be wrong on that. When I last looked it up, that's what I remember seeing. So I think it would be a good idea for Microsoft to get back with the team that originally made it, or get whoever they can from that original team to go back and make it again, and commission it as an Xbox One exclusive. I think that would be a good idea. Like that again. I'm a guy that likes robots and mechs and all that stuff because I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I don't care. Like it's stuff I enjoy, and I would like to see more of it. So that's it for me. I don't really have a whole lot more I could really talk about because again, I've only really played. I think I only played the second one. That was because someone else had it. I didn't really get to experience the whole thing a whole lot, and I don't want to talk about anything that could actually like affect the story without actually knowing the story. So, thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me, and until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.